when Rich and Dabney and I were first working on the construction sequences of Pueblo Bonito, and Dabney was she was the park archaeologist, but she had worked with Tom Wines, and so she was co-authored the work on the tree ring research. So she knew her stuff on what was what time-wise in Pueblo Bonito. But one of the objectives of our work was to point out that the sequence of people that had tried to map Bonito and how successful they were, and of course Pepper's more successful than we thought, but Judd was incredibly. His maps are right on, totally accurate maps. I guess, do you agree with that?
Yeah, they were, I mean, the new map is more accurate than his stuff, but yeah, for the technology at the time, we're talking small differences that would have made a big issue for me trying to put the elevations on his walls, because they'd just be off a little.
Right.
But for
accuracy,
accuracy, it's amazing.
Yeah, very accurate.
And the timeline about?
That was in the early, let's see, Judd would be in the early
late 20s, isn't it?
1900s for Judd, late 1800s, and I mean for Pepper, and Judd was in the 20s.
And then Judd did a reconstruction of Bonito, which is the one where they put the tree in it, and that one was done by, wait a minute, which one was done by? Townsend was the one that did the architect's reconstruction, and I think Steve was the archaeologist that informed him as to what the site should look like. And that's the one you see on the brochure. And we may have to have a rescue here in a minute. So so that's what we were working on, is we were working off of a highly accurate map that was produced by Judd, and a new tree ring study that Dabney and Tom had done, and we were critiquing in a way the town. I think it's Townsend, isn't it? The Townsend image, yeah. So, and in the Townsend image, you get this really Western concept of the keystone. So you get this arch with a keystone in it on the back wall. But if you look at Pueblo Bonito, look at the rubble signature of Pueblo Bonito, you see that there is no back wall there. That it's a big blank. It's there was no high place on the back wall in Pueblo Bonito in the center. It may have been completely open. I mean, it may have had a slot. I mean, that may be the kill hole, going north, because that causeway goes right north, and it should go right through that wall and over the cliff and into the great beyond. But that is the sacred part of Pueblo Bonito. The old part of Pueblo Bonito was always preserved. It was a sunken stage, and where people stumbled over the remains of their ancestors to make offerings. So that's really significant that the Townsend model is a Pueblo model. It's a dwelling model. Rich's model is a temple model. And that central area, that central old Bonito is totally the key to understanding that.